This comes from the paternity court.
You spent 5 years in prison, and it was never proven that you are his biological father. In the case of Manser versus Sear, Mr. Manser, you are. This is clearly the most shocking
Very much.
news we've ever gotten in this court.
One, I went to jail for 5 years. Then this says, yes, I know who the dad is. She put no information on the paperwork because she knows who the man is.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
I don't know, man. It makes me say I'd never want kids. And you know what? I'm gonna get a vasectomy. So if she show up pregnant, I'm just gonna sit back and laugh the whole time because I know it ain't mine. I'm Mr. Miller, man, and this is FQRY. In today's video, we got a paternity test that seems to go south. He says, it's not mine, but he went to jail for this shit. I know a lot of friends and family that's been through this, so it's a little bit of a touchy subject for me. So I gotta watch and see where this goes. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get upset, so please forgive me in advance. Okay, can we do that? Can we do that? Sure.
Mr. Manser, you claim you spent 5 years in prison for failing to pay child support for the defendant, Ms. Sear's son, and it was never proven that you are his biological father.
I mean, it seems a little excessive. I guess it's very different from state to state or country to country. But 5 years sitting in jail with people who did real crimes, not to say not paying child support is not a real crime, but if you're on the paternity court, you don't even know if this mother is yours. So 5 years seems excessive already. And it wasn't proven. It was his picnic. Lord God, I don't even like where this is going. Then you wonder why men are always upset and mad. Like, come on now, the court system always works against men. Like, why didn't they try to prove this before he went to jail for 5 years? If this was me, oh man, I call 911 on myself. Cause I don't know what I'm gonna do.
911? Yeah, you better get me before I get to her.
But, people, I'm gonna teach you something. If he signed the birth certificate, regardless if it's his child or not, he is responsible for that child. Maybe let me take a step back and listen to the rest of the story.
Mr. Manser, explain to the court the circumstances surrounding your arrest.
12 hours of my life cost me 5 years in the Department of Corrections. She was a friend of my aunt. I hate to be crude, but it was a one-night stand.
I don't think after all of this that has transpired, it really matters whether it was a one-night stand.
Right.
The point is you all had a sexual relationship at some point, so there is a possibility that he's the father of your son, Dylan.
Possibility.
He was tapping his auntie's friend. That means she's a pervert. That means he's younger than I ain't mad at you, man, but I've never met any of my auntie's friends that I'll say, you know what, I'll knock it. Whether it's a one-night stand or not, brother, it still could be yours. So the fuckery in this video is wrap that up.
Oh, it doesn't feel that good. Oh, it doesn't feel that good.
So what? It's a one-night stand. You're not trying to have this forever. Wrap it up, man. Or, you know what I mean? Or be nasty. Put it all over her body. Pull out and it out. You know, I don't know a better word than that. I'm sorry. And leave your auntie's friends alone. They're cougars, man. They don't play around. They know what they're doing. She probably locked her legs. He was like, yo, I'm about to nut. And she just locked her legs like,
I'm gonna get this kid.
you dig? Are you enjoying yourself? Are you getting a little bit of laughs? Entertainment? Like it. Write a comment. Let me know how you feel so far.
I didn't show up for court, and I was named the natural father by default.
And then what happens?
And then I was charged criminally for not paying the child support that was ordered in the default judgment. Thank God for your show, or I'd never know for sure whether or not I was the natural father.
But how am I the father? That doesn't make me your father because I missed a court date. Like, how? I missed a court date. Find me. How's the judge going to defend that? The system is rigged, maybe not rigged, but it's really for women. It's always, comforting the woman's side.
And I actually asked my public defender, where's the proof? I've yet to see proof that the child's mine. He said that they obtained my DNA through a sample that was already on file. But I'm here to say that, in today's society, I think it's cruel and unusual punishment to be sentenced to 5 years in prison with rapists and murderers and child molesters for missing a court date. Because that's basically what happened. I missed a court date.
Well, once you don't show up for court in this country, you got to show up for court.
Well,
if you got to walk there,
you're right.
you need to be there.
Okay.
Shut the up. So because I missed court, I'm the father? Is that what this lady's saying? If you have to walk, get there. Shut the up. How about that? You know what? Let me get a drink.
And then you plead guilty.
So for every American boy out there that goes to Florida on spring break and hooks up with a girl,
he better find a
there's
way.
gonna be a lot
And
of people in prison.
listen.
Am I tripping? People, if I'm tripping, please write in the comments, Dwight, you are tripping. The man said, does that make you the natural father? And she said, well, you know better now. Huh? Oh yeah, and this judge, and I feel sorry for her husband or whoever she with.
Are you convinced he is the father?
Yes, ma'am. Because I have had a DNA test done, and I have the results right here. Would you like a copy of it?
Well, she's worked for lab pretty much for the last 20 years.
Jerome, please hand me Miss Sears' evidence.
And it also shows the lab that the seal was not tampered with, therefore I could not have tampered with the sample.
I never submitted a test.
Wait, unless this lady is CSI, how did she get a sample? The man said, I never submitted a sample. Yes, she has one. Did she go to his house and get hair out of his brush or on the floor and cut it when he was looking like Seinfeld?
Scissorhands is a hell of a barber.
Gotta go.
Yeah. See you, Jerry.
Am I tripping? It's not making sense.
Your evidence clearly states that there was a laboratory test performed.
Yes, ma'am.
I see here.
I don't think it happened. I think she worked in the lab and that she's had this thing manufactured. So.
Did you work at a lab?
I did. Actually, at that time, I worked at a plasma center. I harvested plasma with 16-gauge needles. Had nothing to do with DNA.
I see the laboratory results of the testing with a probability of paternity of 99.67%. What I do believe that's missing in all of this evidence is I don't see any information relating to the collection of the sample from Mr. Mansour.
All of a sudden, she got a little bit more lighthearted. You see that? You see that? That's what men have to go through sometimes.
You missed. You missed. You gotta be the father. You missed. Now you know better.
All of a sudden, it's...
So where did this sample come from?
We're not always rah, 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 women, women. We love women, but when things don't make sense, we speak up. Yes, sometimes it's harsh, but y'all harsh too. As soon as the relationship is over, are women nice? Because I've seen a lot of Facebook posts talking about how little this man was. He ain't shit. His mama ain't shit. Like, hey, y'all rough too. Let's not point fingers here, just let's deal with the facts of this case.
Now, this court has administered new testing.
Right.
And both of you submitted to the test.
I've yet to see this piece of paper. Don't you think the fact that I have nothing to do with it would express doubt?
You even had nothing to do with 3 of your kids, including the one
I got
sitting
one
there.
right here.
Not until he was 13.
I got one right now.
years.
I'm not winning no awards. I'm here to tell you that I didn't submit a DNA test.
Has he been a father to you? And if so, has he been a good one?
Absolutely. He's been a great father to me.
Excuse me, Your Honor, but my dad made up for it.
That's when you look down like this. You gonna get a car. That's a good son.
You've met Dylan, Miss Sears' son. Were you like brothers, Chris?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've felt he was my brother since I met him.
So, Mr. Mansour, you claim this has destroyed your life.
Absolutely.
You've had a pretty decent life. You didn't give up
but it ain't got
anything.
nothing-
My son graduated high school, Billy Joe.
we meet Dylan.
This show messy as man. Why would you bring Dylan up? Just go to the is he the dad or not? Why are we gonna bring this child out to go through all this trauma?
Oh, I love him. I can't believe my mom's doing this.
And if he's not the father, then what? What was the point of this drop? Like, come on, man. Why? Just get on with the is he the dad or not? Bring Dylan out.
Now, Dylan, I want to know about your relationship with your father.
I feel I don't know him that well.
We don't. We don't know each other.
I love Chris, though. We've spent a lot of time together.
Your brother.
Yep.
We're gonna be brothers no matter what.
I've only met
Would
my
you
little
like
brother.
to have a relationship with Mr. Manser?
I can't respect someone talking so much harmful to my mother.
Your mom gave a sample that I'm the dad that landed me in prison for 5 years. And in your heart of hearts, you believe I should be nice to your mom. Boy, sometimes kids need beating, man. I'm sorry, but this is the time. If I'm your real father, oh, you will get one rotted beating.
I haven't seen either one of them in over a year now.
Daughter on the way.
I have a daughter due in November.
The victim cry. I'm telling you, white people, you guys are really good at this. But it was established he never submitted a sample, though she found one somehow. The CSI lady found a sample somehow. All right, but here comes a victim cry.
I feel like I have never, ever deserved disrespect. I was not the woman that showed up at your doorstep every 2 months. You're gonna be my baby's daddy. I have never disrespected you.
I think it's time for the results. You filled out the proper forms.
That's right.
They were properly labeled, signed by the collector, sealed with tape,
Right.
and sent to the lab for testing. The lab, because of the sensitivity of this issue, ran 2 tests.
Nice.
The results are as follows. Manser versus Sear. Mr. Manser, you are not
Oh, God.
his father.
Look, what kind of messy is this? Leave the pitney out of this.
I don't believe what she said, and she thinks it was me. Let's get the results.
Drama, just like, you know, it's hard to say, but it seems like women like to do this type of shit. Men like just results, man. We don't need all the drama. If I'm the father, I'm the father. I'll deal with the consequences. Have a heart, man. Even if you don't agree with everything I said to this point, have a heart. This man went to jail for a child that's not even his. And I bet you said she knows who the father is. Oh, you think I have any doubt in my mind about this? Watch. Let's keep watching. Let's see. If I'm wrong, people, I'll come back and say I'm wrong. My bad.
She should be convicted of some crime.
No, I should not. I didn't.
That
Mr.
is
Manser,
fraud.
Mr. Manser,
That is fraud.
I know you're upset. Miss Sear, do you know?
Yes, ma'am.
You know who his father is?
Yes, I talk to him still.
Oh. Are you then you wonder why men go on like killing sprees, or the suicide rate is higher for men than it is for women. It's like this. You see what I'm talking? You see why we get mad like bumbleclap? How do you live with yourself? Knowing you put another man in jail for 5 years. Yet today in this video, you said, I know, and I still talk to the daddy. Let's go through this real slow to show you how wicked this woman was. The man said, I never gave DNA sample, ever. But she had DNA sample that was 99% sure of who the father was. So that means you know him. Meaning you got his DNA to fabricate and to look like it's mine. Think about that. But if you'd even stole my DNA, it would have came up negative. So you know the dad is the entire time. Makes sense to us all, right? If you don't know, you should be like,
I am shocked, John. I am so shocked because I have no idea.
She said like this, I know. Lord God, I would love to see if this was that Jamaican couple, bro. Woo! This would be an interesting episode. One piece up.
You look a monster red on blood.
You cannot stand there and really suggest that you cannot comprehend why this man would not have any type of ill feeling, frustration, or regret. And then I say, do you know who your son's father is? And you say, yes, that is a really huge pill to swallow. Dylan?
Even a blood clot judgment. It's sweet sometimes when the tables turn. Just sweet. The fuckery in this is him. You should have put the rubbers on, man. Simple solution to all of this. I don't know, man. It makes me say I'd never want kids. And you know what? I'm gonna get a vasectomy. So if she show up pregnant, I'm just gonna sit back and laugh the whole time because I know it ain't mine. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I'm not. How do you guys feel after hearing this verdict? Let me know. Remember to like, comment, share, but most of all, subscribe to the page. And remember, people, don't stress. It's just fuckery. Bye-bye.